It seems like yesterday it was May Day, starting the first day of the month. And here we are, the final day of May of 2024 with Aaron Glandon. I'm Dan Ramey, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live.
Hello. Are you wearing the same shirt you wore yesterday?
Different version.
Okay.
This one doesn't have the American flag on the side.
I gotcha.
I've got two of these gray shirts, or I guess charcoal is the actual color thereabouts.
None of mine have the American flag, and none of mine say media.
Yeah, none of the newer ones. The original shirts that I received back 7 years ago when we started, they have the American flag on them.
I gotcha.
But when we reordered, for whatever reason, the flag didn't make it to the sleeve. We are still an American company.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that, though. And our patriotic pride still stands yet today. Coming up here shortly, we will tell you about a lot of things going on this weekend. We've had a lot of features this week that we want to share with people. We want to give you the opportunity to go to our YouTube channel. It's free if you subscribe. And when you do subscribe, click the little bell and you get notification when we upload something new. You put something up new earlier today.
Yes. This morning. I woke up early.
We didn't grab a clip to show on the show today.
No, but you can go watch it for yourself. I had to teach my grandma how to turn on the bell thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, because she said, how do I get notified when you guys do something? And I said,
how did that go?
Here's how. I think it went well.
Okay.
Foofy, comment. Tell us if it's working.
She will do that. She certainly will. Jump right in here. And if you want to make a comment, feel free to. You can comment on our stories on our website. You can comment on all of the Facebook posts we do and Litter Media X as well. Big day yesterday. Mike Smith was all over it on Litter Media X again with the Waverly Tigers and Washington Blue Lions in their baseball game. He'll be back at it again today for that regional championship game. That's why he's not here today. But we'll tell you more about that coming up in sports, and it was a big night for the Chillicothe Paints.
Yes.
Details there in just a bit. But first, let's look at the forecast. How are we preparing for the week? Man, it was cold last night. Temperature in the 40s in some areas here in Ohio. We didn't turn the furnace on until the alarm went off this morning.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, oh, my gosh, it's a little chilly out there. Sunshine and 75 for you today. Later tonight, we'll have clear conditions again, but temperatures will find themselves not quite as cold, still in the lower 50s. But cloud cover coming through tomorrow, a Saturday high about 82, and a chance of rain on Sunday with a high of 71 degrees. So we're not quite to summer yet, although last weekend was the official kickoff of summer.
Right.
As it always is. All right, coming up in a moment to look at what's making news for us today. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389 is the number to call to order your dumpster. If you need that at home or you need it for your business, they can get you taken care of. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you to their Facebook page for the latest goings-on with Scioto Valley Dumpsters. News is next.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365. 988. Save the number, save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, created in the memory of Bryant Beans Butt, you can call 740-703-0500. 0611. That contact information is on our website. Just click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. You can, while at your website, see all the news stories we've got going on.
Speaking of littermedia.com.
Precisely. And not only that, but you'll also be able to get things like the Player of the Week. You can make your nominations for that and a whole lot more. And take a look at our high school score page as well, all at littermedia.com. Teresa Reap was in studio with us yesterday, and a special edition of Litter Media Live, wearing a couple of hats. First, to discuss the special presentation Friends of Hopewell will host on June 5th at OU-Chillicothe Stevenson Center. It's an intimate Q&A with Logan York of the Miami Nation.
He is visiting us to talk about the Miami tribe and their relationship to the Hopewell. For a long time, when I was a child, and you'd go out to Mound City, and the big thing was, and we don't know what happened to them. They just disappeared. They didn't really disappear. The ancestor or the descendants of the Hopewell are very much alive in the United States, and the Miami tribe is one of those. He represented the Miami tribes in Saudi Arabia in September when we became a World Heritage Site. He's a very interesting man. He's going to talk about his experience in Saudi Arabia, and he's also going to just share his insights. It's always interesting to talk to a modern Native American.
The event is free, but for planning purposes, they've asked for registering by email, which you'll find in this interview on our Facebook videos section. Reap also talked about the Liberty Camp coming in late July. The Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughter of American Revolution have openings for elementary-aged kids to learn about American history. There are spots for 40 kids.
It's all hands-on, interactive, lots of people in period clothing, and we've never had a bad review. And the kids come back every year. If some of you out there have already been there 2 years, we've really pumped it up and made some changes with the oncoming of America 250 in 2026. This year we sat down and added some new stations, a couple of different crafts, and of course we really jazzed up our ship, the Dartmouth, for the Boston Tea Party last December. So it'll be there floating on its water and with its gas lights on the harbor. It's a pretty cool experience.
The cost is $25 per child. You can get details on the DIR Facebook page as well. Just you can put in Nathaniel Massey and it'll pop up, or Daughters of the American Revolution, and it'll pop up there as well. Art in the Streets is tonight from 5 until 9 p.m. Right there on East 2nd Street near the Majestic Theater. This is the third year for Art in the Streets, featuring artwork, live music, and food. There you see our conversation with organizer Jade Berry, talking about the importance that art plays in our daily lives.
You think about the arts, but you don't think about it being a part of your life unless you're actually an artist. But Art in the Streets opens that door wide open for everybody. Everybody gets to participate in some way. Everybody gets to use their artistic skill in some way. You get to have it on your body through face paint. You get to, have it in your home through buying a piece of pottery or a painting from someone that you may have known but may not have known that they were an artist. It's just a really cool way for us to connect on a deeper personal level with each other in a way that we may not have otherwise.
Tonight's family-friendly event is free, but many of the artwork that you'll see on display will be for sale today.
Yeah. Nearly 200 individuals from fields including social work, counseling, education, law enforcement, healthcare, and community advocacy recently convened at Ohio University-Chillicothe for a day-long event focused on advancing prevention efforts in rural Ohio. The Innovation in Prevention in Rural Ohio Conference brought together professionals and community members alike, driven by a shared commitment to fostering safety and well-being in their communities. The Ohio School Safety Center was announced that 16 Ohio high school students have been selected for the 2024-2025 Ohio Student Safety Advisory Council, Governor Mike DeWine created the council in 2022 to help OHSAA leadership identify school safety concerns and develop innovative students to address them. Students from last year's council will be presenting their capstone projects at the 2024 School Safety Summit this summer. Hunter Martin of Vinton County High School is among the 16-member council.
Congratulations. That's pretty cool to be on a council selected like that for something from the state.
And only 16 people.
Yes. That's called exclusive.
Yes.
Right? We've had several features on our YouTube channel and here on Facebook as well throughout the week, including a preview of Brew Fest, which is tomorrow afternoon in downtown Chillicothe, the VA Medical Center's centennial celebration going on throughout the day, leading right up to Military Appreciation Night with the Chillicothe Paints game at 7:05. While you're at the VA, you can check out the Mace House. You can see from Aaron's video he had with Mary Miller on our interview, also with the Eyes of Freedom, which is the Lima Company Memorial, which will be on display at the VA tomorrow as well. And Mike Smith's interview with Paul Thomas talking about the rearrangement of the bleachers at Adina's Bostic Field, and a visit we had with Jack Schmidt to preview the 2024 Kenworth Truck Parade coming June 15th. All of these videos are available on our YouTube channel. And the ones we had in studio, those are also available here on our Facebook videos section as well.
And Spotify.
You can hear all the audio there, as well as on Litter Media Radio.
Yes.
Which you'll find a link for that on our website, littermedia.com. Our road report today goes down to Pike County. Work for a bridge replacement project on Dry Bone Road between State Route 41 and Fairview Road. Work will occur daily for this construction. Dry Bone Road will be closed for the duration of the project. Traffic will be detoured via Fairview Road to Laparelle Road to State Route 41. And it's beautiful countryside. You're going to get to see a lot of beautiful countryside when you go down through there. Estimated completion is this summer. I will tell you also, I was coming into work today, they had crews working on 772 doing some tree trimming. So if you're in that area around, Hartwood Road, right there at the intersection where Hartwood comes in, and it's another road name as you cross 772, but it's in Huntington Township.
Right.
They're trimming those leaves right through there. Leaves and limbs as well. Sports on the way in just a moment. A lot of it to share with you. Much of it is high school related, so details are coming up in just a moment. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When you click on this ad anywhere you see it, it takes you to their website, which is accuratehvac.com. And while I'm at it, let me tell you that on our YouTube channel today, and you'll find a link also here in our news feed of littermedia.com, the Eagle Challenge, the Eagle Endurance Challenge, which was taking place about 2 weekends ago now. We were there with the Litter Media cameras. We've got that video up for you today on our YouTube channel to check it out. The reason I say this is Michael Linton, who owns Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, a driving force this took place at his farm. So if you want to see more about it and learn more about it, check out the video that we have for you at littermedia.com and also on our website, on our YouTube channel as well. But for Accurate, if it's heating, cooling, and plumbing that you have troubles with, business or residential, they can take care of it for you. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Does push off there.
He does. I'm telling you. In sports for you today, the 116th annual boys and 49th annual girls Ohio High School Athletic Association Track and Field State Tournament opened yesterday at Welcome Stadium in Dayton. The Southeast District has been well represented so far. Remy Moon of Leesburg Fairfield placed 8th in the girls' D3 high jump. Isaac Cox of Rock Hill is your state champ in the boys' D3 long jump. Fisher Catholic, their 4x800 relay of Landon Funk, Nathan Krill, Reese Hagee, and Jack Gentile. They won the state championship. Congratulations. Anna Marie Montel of Federal Hocking is a state runner-up in the D3 girls pole vault. Emma Hayes of Eastern Megs placed 7th in the girls discus, and Peyton Johnson of Peebles placed 7th in the girls long jump. Now, there's a host of kids in D1 and D2 from our area that will be, we're talking, there's probably 40-some athletes from the area that is participating. We'll do our best to track those for you and share details on our website, littermedia.com. Waverly Tigers, they rode the arm of pitcher Hunter Houck as he threw a 2-hit shutout for a 2-0 win over the Washington Blue Lions yesterday at Ohio University. This is the Tigers' first trip to the regional baseball final since 2013. Coach Jeff Noble, he talks about the win.
Tell you what, these guys will not quit. They have, we have beat them up over the last couple, 3-4 years about fundamentals and doing the little things right. And if you watch that ball game, they done it all right. I mean, they're just making plays. They're just rallying as a team, and it's just great to watch, and it's very rewarding for a coaching standpoint because we've been riding them so hard. They deserve it.
The Tigers scored both of their runs in the top of the first and then played shutout baseball the rest of the way.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a better turnout there if you're a Waverly Tigers fan. For the Blue Lions, great effort and a great season. Neither of those teams were their conference champions.
Really?
Yeah. So magical run here for the Waverly Tigers. They're back at it again today. Our Mike Smith is there. They'll be taking on, is it Indian Creek? Yes, Indian Creek, and they battle at Bob Wren Stadium at Ohio University. Keep an eye on Litter Media X. Mike will keep us up to date there. He'll throw in some highlights and post-game reaction for you as well. You can read more and hear more about what the guys had to say on our website, littermedia.com. Thursday, the OHSAA state softball semifinals. The Mid-State League's Liberty Union advanced to the D3 state championship game with a 6-1 win yesterday. South Webster was on the losing end. They fell to South Range, also in D3. You can see all those scores on our website, littermedia.com. Logan Elm is in Akron today, playing for a trip to tomorrow's D2 state title game. The Lady Braves will face Bryan at 12:30 today, looking to reach the championship game at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. The Mid-State League Buckeye Division has named their 2024 All-MSL baseball team. Josh Woods of Hamilton Township is the Player of the Year, while Tays Valley's Brody Mann is the Pitcher of the Year. And Bloom Carroll's Jason Vest led his club to the league championship. Mid-State League Buckeye revealing their selections for the All-MSL softball team for 2024. Player of the Year going to Peyton Hockradell of Liberty Union, again pitching for a state championship tomorrow. And Pitcher of the Year is the state tournament-bound Sadie Binkley of Logan Elm. They're playing today. Taze Valley, led by Coach Derek Hassler, or the regular season champ. Each of those three teams have a long tournament run this year. The Lady Vikings made it into the Sweet 16, and again, both Logan Elm and Liberty Union in the state Final Four. Chillicothe Paints, they scored 10 runs over the first 3 innings last night in their game with Johnstown, 11-0 in the season home opener for the Paints. Nearly 3,500 people in attendance last night. They'll play again tonight for Magnetic Schedule Night for the first 500 fans. So get there early.
Oh,
get your magnetic schedule.
I was like, what is that?
It's a magnetic schedule.
Right.
So you know
I get it now.
when the Paints play and who they play.
You can't really ask for a better opening night than that, though.
You can't. That's for sure. 11-0. So Paints keep on going. They're 2-1 now. 2-1 now on the young season. Now, the Adina Worthingtons and the Ohio Village Muffins will be in action tomorrow. Game 1 will be at 11 o'clock at VA Memorial Stadium. Not sure we'll have 3,500 people in attendance for that game.
Maybe, though.
It would be neat. And you talk about shivering your timbers. This bunch has not played in front of a crowd like that before. But that'll be at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning at VA Memorial Stadium. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll run up to Adina Mansion and Gardens and play a second game. So that first contest is only about 90 minutes long. So, and the reason I know all this inside information, I captained the Adina Worthingtons.
Yes.
So we did our best to set this game up. The folks of the VA reached out and said, hey, would you like to be a part of our centennial? And originally, they were talking about putting together a Camp Sherman team to play, but that fell through. And I said, well, let me talk to the Ohio Village Muffins, see if we can get them to come on down. So if you've never seen vintage baseball before, it's played with the 1869 rules. It is a gentleman's game. That means no sliding, but we do use the bound rule, and you can catch a ball in a first bounce and it's an out, or the term is a hand, is what they call it. The batter is not a batter, it's a striker.
Right.
And my favorite term is for what we now know as the catcher. The catcher is referred to as the behind.
Nice.
And Brenton Davidson has been our behind for a number of years now. And I'm going to tell you, he is probably, don't laugh at this, he's probably one of the best behinds in the business when it comes right to it. But he's very athletic and does a great job.
You heard it here on Litter Media. The Adina Worthingtons have a great behind.
Well, we do. One of the best in the business. Professional baseball for you. The Reds are in Chicago at Wrigley Field tonight. They'll take on the Cubs, and Graham Ashcraft is on the mound for Cincinnati. And the Guardians were off last night. They will be in action at home this evening, I believe, as they host the Washington Nationals.
Yes.
That's a look at sports. Coming up in a moment, this date in history. Stick close for that. But first, these words.
From Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Wherever you are there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Haynes Total Health Care Center, celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of our community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. It takes you right to their website to learn more, HaynesHealth.com. Our Litter Media Wayback Machine is dialed up for 1859. And we're going to go back to London.
Never been there.
Never been. I've been to London, Ohio.
Yes.
I think I've been through London, Kentucky. Can't say I've ever been to another London. But the famous tower that you'll find in London, known as Big Ben, located at the top of the 320-foot-high Elizabeth Tower, rings out over the Houses of Parliament in Westminster, London, for the first time.
Parliament.
On this day in 1859. The name Big Ben originally just applied to the bell, but later came to refer to the clock itself. Two main stories exist about the Big Ben, how it got its name. Many claim it was named after the famously long-winded Sir Benjamin Hall, the London Commissioner of Works at the time that it was built. Another famous story argues that the bell was named for the popular heavyweight boxer Benjamin Conte because it was the largest of its kind. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But at the time, probably was the largest of its kind. Did a little quick research as well because we were wondering how big Big Ben really is. And I'm not talking about, 6'5" Big Ben who played quarterback for the Miami Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a different Big Ben.
The Miami Redskins?
I believe they were the Miami Redskins when he played for Miami.
Oh.
The college.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not right.
Because now, what are they, the Red Hawks or Red Storm, something like that?
I don't know.
They changed it from the Indian name. Big Ben's clock faces 23 feet in diameter. The center of each dial is 55 meters from the ground. The clock faces are made of cast iron frames and glazed with over 300 pieces of opal glass and are illuminated at night so they can be seen from miles away.
That's not as big as I thought it was.
But the technology of that in 1859,
yeah,
that they would be able to illuminate it so you could see it from miles away.
Right.
It's incredible.
But I thought the clock face was bigger. 23 feet doesn't seem that big to me.
Yeah, in diameter. Well, if you were to lay...
What's the circumference of that?
You're asking the wrong guy for that.
We were talking about pi, was it yesterday?
We were, yeah. And I took geometry my sophomore year in high school, and my grade went from A, B, B, C, C, and I think I finished with a D.
Yeah.
The last year, or the last semester.
I think the lowest grade I ever got in high school was in advanced math, which was pre-calculus. I think I got maybe... So it was a C of some sort. My parents were not happy.
I wouldn't have made it to advanced math. I knew people who took advanced math. I knew the teacher who taught advanced math. It wasn't for me.
I hated it.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah. Well, my grades probably would have been worse.
Yeah.
So that's why when we joke about my Taze Valley math, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I took as basic as you could take.
And then in college, I had to take a math course, and I thought, what's the easiest one? Statistics is probably easy. It was not easy. Statistics was awful. You
may as well have taken accounting.
Yeah. We had 3 tests in that class, not including the final, and I failed every single one, but I did really well in the final, so I ended up with like a B.
Nice bounce back.
Yeah.
Way to rebound.
And that final was the last thing I had to do sophomore year before I went home for the summer. So I drove to the building to take my final with my car all packed up. I was out of my dorm. That's all I had to do. I was so stressed.
You know, this year I've been out of high school for 44 years. And I did take some tests when I was at the American School of Broadcasting. Again, that was 44 years ago this summer. And the next test I think I took, if it wasn't, we had a little exam kind of thing at Nipshin Camp for potential pastors, that kind of thing. I did take that. But outside of that, the next test would be when I flew for the drone test.
Oh, yeah.
For the FAA.
Wow.
So 40 plus years of not taking tests, and darn if I didn't fail that first one, because you had to score like a 78, I think it was. But I aced the next when I went back to take it again. So,
you know what we should do here on Litter Media?
Not take a test.
We should have like a game show. We should have every week we do a game show segment of the Daily Show.
What would be the premise? I mean, we
like trivia,
like $10,000,
like in the know.
In the know.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have to push buttons and that kind of thing, right? We'd have to buy equipment for that.
No, you could just say buzz.
Oh.
That's what we did in Quiz Bowl practice in high school. We would just say buzz instead of setting up all the stuff. Mm-hmm. I can ask you and Mike questions. You can ask me and Mike questions.
Mike and I.
No. In that case, it is me and Mike.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Because I wouldn't say you can ask I questions. I would say you can ask me questions. Mm-hmm. If you remove the other name from the sentence and it still makes sense, you're right. That's how it works.
Gotcha. Once again, my Taste Valley grammar was not the best either.
What can you do?
I did my best to slide through school, but had a lot of fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, when I graduated, I wanted to go back for one more year and take the classes I didn't get to take as electives.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me. I tried, but they wouldn't let me. They said, Ramey, get out of here. You're the last of them. You're done. And so is the same with the program here. This is the last of it, and we're done for this week. Back at it again next week with more special editions and this daily show as well. And we implore that you go and enjoy all the stuff going on this weekend. There's a lot of it to see and do. If you don't know what there is to do, take a look at littermedia.com. You'll find out plenty to do this weekend. So for Mike Smith, for Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. Enjoy your weekend, and thanks for watching. June arrives tomorrow.